Good evening, everyone, and warm regards from Team Sensorium. I'm Mrs. Prachit Tiwari. I'm a psychologist and counselor. Today, I'm going to give you a brief about gaslighting. When we talk about toxic relationship, any behavior which causes a relationship to fall apart is a toxic behavior. It could be abuse, physical abuse, mental abuse. It could be addiction, alcohol addiction, tobacco addiction. See, these things work as a poison in any relationship. And gaslighting is also one of the kind. But in gaslighting, it is not visible as the other behaviors are visible. Many times, a victim of gaslighting didn't even realize that they are into a toxic relationship until unless they completely loses themselves in that relationship. So what are the signs that will tell you that you are in a toxic relationship? See, if you are constantly doubting your feelings, your emotions, your reality. I mean, there is a constant self-doubt about your own judgment. If your if your self-confidence, self-esteem is deteriorating day by day. I mean, it was not like this before you were into this relationship. But after falling in this relationship, instead of growing as a person, if you are feeling that your self esteem is deteriorating, you are not even able to take minor decisions of your life or into that relationship. And if you are always in this self criticizing mode, if anything goes wrong, you doubt yourself, you blame yourself, you are on a guilt trip. I mean, in toxic relationship, the partner intentionally or unintentionally psychologically manipulates you through the strategies that you started doubting your reality, your feelings, your emotions. So it is a toxic relationship. As I told you, psychologically, gaslighting is a strategy, a manipulating strategy to gain power, to gain influence, or to intimidate the other person. See, if I need to talk to you in psychological terms, there are many ways a person can gaslight you, like countering, denial, withholding, diverting, trivializing. But these are words, these are heavy words. So, to make you understand that how it sounds in ground reality, I can tell you a manipulator. He or she always appears very charming. I know charming is not a negative characteristic, but at the same time, a person who often do gaslights, he or she is self-obsessed. The priority is self only. They don't count the other person in this relationship. They never accepts the blame. Even they deny completely. They are very good at lying and denying. They will deny on your face like, no, it was not like this. You must have, you know, uh, you must have heard wrong, or you are thinking wrong. You took it in another way. Such kind of statements ignore your feelings and emotions. As I told you, they're self-obsessed. They only care about their own emotions and their own feelings. Your feelings and emotions are, it may sound like you are being defensive or you need to move on. I mean, there is no space for your relationship or your there is no space for your feelings in that relationship. I meant to say that they meant to isolate yourself from others. They are so controlling, very very much controlling. So if you think that in your relationship, so these things are happening, so please evaluate it, introspect your relationship. As I told you, gaslighting also sound like, I was just kidding. They may make fun of you and then they'll just say, I was just kidding. It doesn't matter to them. Like if you felt bad, it doesn't matter to them. So you need to introspect if you are into such relationship. Gaslighting or not. As a psychologist, I can, tell you one basic rule in any relationship, that in any relationship, there are two persons. So love, care, respect, it should be from both sides. There should be equal respect, there should be equal care, and then your feelings, emotions, your love blossoms. Otherwise, it will turn into a it will turn into a toxic relationship. So now the question is that how I'm going to cope if I'm into such a relationship. See, if you are a teenager and you are, going to from those flings to crushes, and now if you are thinking about a serious relationship, so always first thing should be that you should never lose yourself into a relationship. Your priorities may change, but it should not be like that every time you are making the adjustments. It should always be two ways, as I told you. Your career, your dreams, your feelings, emotions should always be taken care of. You should always talk about them. They should not be ignored. So, first thing is, as I'm telling you, that a gaslighter, a person who is good at gaslighting, they can manipulate you very well. And then the blame is on you only. So, first thing is, never doubt your truth. If you know that you are right, if your conscience is telling you that you are right, so stick to that. At the same time, in a toxic relationship, you cannot argue with a toxic person. So stop arguing. See, these arguments only lead to more frustration, to more stress. See, many a times I know walking away is not possible, but at the same time, you can hold your ground. You can do things that can increase your self esteem, your self confidence, not only financially, but as an individual as well. Try to indulge in hobbies, try to be happy, try to be socialized, try to make friends. When you meet people, you can have a broader look of things. You can see the same thing from different perspective. So there are so many movies, even in daily soaps we can see these examples of gaslighting. The one movie which I can quote is English to English. See, love is there in relationship, but at the same time, respect is not there. The small things that she do for herself are not, being validated. So you are the one who should validate yourself. As I told you, self doubt is the, you know, most common character if you are in a gaslighting relationship. So we need to work from this self doubt only. We need to start working on our self esteem, on ourselves. Then only we can see that whether it is, you know, uh, worthy to be in this relationship or we should move out of this relationship. And I told you, there are so many cases where this is so much toxic gaslighting. It's so much that one partner need to move out of that relationship to preserve, to save themselves. So as I told you, never, if you want to cope in this relationship, you need to you know hold your truth. You are not going to doubt yourself. Then you are going to build yourself. There are so many ways where you can build yourself. You can take help of your friends, your family, and then yes, at the same time, if you need, never ever hesitate to take help from a mental health expert or go to a psychologist or a counselor or a psychiatrist. It should not be a taboo in your mind. Even if you're a logical person, if you are dealing with a manipulator, your logics are never going to work with a manipulator. So as I told you, don't argue with a manipulator. You need to, you know, you need to take call that whether you need to continue it or you need to stop it then and there. So the basic thing, as I told you, the signs are you are not into that relationship. Only the other person is important. It should not be there. Second thing is, if you are getting manipulated, your own feelings, your emotions, even your reality, even certain events are completely denied by your partner, that no, ऐसे तो हुआ ही नहीं था. I am sorry, there is a power cut. So Vinny, can we stop it right now?